Hi, my name is Kelly Ticker, and I'm going to be demonstrating basic human body movements. The first basic human body movement is called flexion. Flexion is the bending movement in which the relative angle of the joint between two adjacent segments is decreased. I'm going to be demonstrating flexion in different parts of my body. First, I'll start with my neck. Flexion in my neck would look like this, bringing my head down. Flexion in my shoulders, if I'm doing horizontal flexion, would be like this. Flexion in my wrist and arm looks like that. Flexion in my trunk looks like this. And flexion in my knee. Flexion in my ankle is known as dorsiflexion, be going up. Extension is straightening movement in which relative angles of the joint between two adjacent segments increases as the joint returns to the zero or reference position. I am going to be now demonstrating what extension looks like in different parts of your body. Extension in your neck would look like this, starting from here and moving up. Extension in your shoulder would be here, moving down. Extension in your wrist and arm would look like this to here. Your trunk would be from this position going up. Your hips, it would be, and extension in your knee would go from this position down. A rotation can be either medial or lateral, and they are designed as right and left for the head and trunk only. I'm going to be demonstrating what rotation looks like. Rotation in your trunk, going to your left, would be here. Rotation in the right would be this direction. Rotation for your neck would be that movement, and to the right, that movement. Abduction is the movement away from the midline of the body or segment. Abduction in the shoulder would look like this. Abduction in your forearm and wrist would look like this. And abduction in your hip would be moving from in to out. Adduction is the return movement of segment back towards midline of body or segment. Adduction is the return movement of segment back towards the midline of body or segment. Adduction in your shoulder would be the movement from here down. Adduction in your forearm would be here down. And in your hip, it would look like this, from here down. Supination is the movement of forearm in which palms rotate to face forward from fundamental starting position. Pronation is the movement in which the palms face backwards. Supination looks like this, and pronation are palms down. Circumduction can be created in any joint or segment that has the potential to move in two directions. Circumduction would look like this in your shoulders, circular motion, making an L, and in your hips it would look like this. Elevation is the raising movement, while depression is lowering movement. Elevation in your shoulders looks like this, raising up, and depression would be lowering them. When looking at your ankle, different movements that you do with it are plantar flexion, which is going up on your toe, dorsiflexion, which is a reverse movement, going back, inversion is in, and eversion is out. All of which I've discussed are all basic human body movements. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed.